Start date 09/22/2017. Okay, so why do I do this on Fridays? By the way, but this is Roland from Minmax Media, and I'm just doing a Friday vlog. So an unofficial Marketing Smarties presentation. Why do I do this? I do this basically to clear my head before Fridays. I mean, before Saturday's show, and to kind of like relax and release on a Friday, because now I'm going to do my show Saturday and then I'm going to kick back for the weekend, pretty much. But I find that talking about a few things that either bug me or that also ignite me, that I'm interested in, and mention them and say a few things and talk about the things that I just want to talk about, no matter what the subject is. This allows me to decompress a little bit on a Friday. And I've been struggling with putting out a lot of content, making contacts with people, following up on commenting on other people's blogs and vlogs. And so I do this recording just to say, push the button, unplug, and release a little bit. So here I am doing my Friday vlog. And a lot has happened this week. I can't even cover the number of things that happened. But basically, a lot of it has to do with making some really good contacts with a lot of people. And one of them that I just made contact with, I don't know where this could go, is with a person who is developing a pseudo TV station on the element of strokes. It's called Stroke TV US. And I'm excited about this. And because mainly for the past 5 years, going on 6 years in March here, I haven't really talked about the stroke. When I say the stroke, some people don't understand that I've had a series of strokes, and the third one in 2012 left me in a wheelchair. So that's a condition that I live with, and I'm not in a big state of remorse or regret or resentment or negativity about it. I'm a pretty happy guy. And so when people see me in the videos and things, Saturday morning marketing smarties, for instance, and then they hear that I'm in a wheelchair, they go, I didn't know Roland was in a wheelchair. As far as I'm concerned, it's pretty much immaterial. So it's no big deal. And I do realize that there's nobody watching this right now. So it's kind of funny. I've been interacting with some people who are getting started, trying to build up their YouTube channel and stuff. And a lot of people that have as many viewers as I don't have that many subscribers, but a lot of people who have even a couple hundred more than I do have come back to us and said, by golly, I still get nervous when there's this hesitation mode just before I come on. And like, I don't hesitate anymore, but that just comes from doing this a number of times. And so it's going to help everybody. Eventually, you will get to the point too. And I wish I could say this to all the people who are struggling with it and having issues with it. If you're testing out YouTube Live and learning how to be on video, by golly, just keep doing it. No matter what your fretting is, no matter what you're worried about or what your doubts are, just go ahead and do it. If you get a recording out of it, watch it, learn from what you do, and don't worry about it. Don't spend any time worrying about what's in the past. You can always delete it. But live streaming is going to be the way. I mean, people are finally talking about it to the point where it's like 2017 is going to be the new start of the video live streaming revolution. No shit. I mean, I've known this for years, and 3 years, almost 3 years ago, 2 years and 9 months, I started live streaming because I couldn't seem to talk anybody else into doing it. but it was important enough that I felt that I should be doing it. So here I am. So anyway, I got started with it, and in the midst of all this, my thinking really changed. It was in the process of change for a decade, and someone that led me to WordPress then kind of dropped off from using WordPress, or used it like in a weird fashion, as far as I could tell. I've got, I mean, basically my story about that. I wrote some notes here. A friend of mine, and I do mean a friend and not just an acquaintance, we were talking about things, and then we were exchanging some ideas, and my thinking is so radically different from what it used to be that he came back to me at some point because of our interchange and engagement. And I admit I'm probably just as guilty as far as conveying negativity or the struggle or the online fight, you know, the digital fight, as he was. So all blame withdrawn from the picture. It has nothing to do with that. But at some point he rebutted to me. He said to me, "I didn't ask for your opinion." And that just put me back on my butt. And I thought, you didn't ask for my opinion, no. But really, all I've got to offer you is my opinion. And now that struck me as being an evident truth. It's like, all I've got is my opinion. You know, you've got your opinion, I've got mine. And I'm not saying you've got your opinion, I've got mine, and never the twain shall meet. And to say that you think the way you want to, and I'll think the way I want to. Because the idea is you exchange ideas and share with people, and your opinion can change like that. And by the way, the house, everyone's doing different things. They're playing games, they're making dinner and stuff. So this is not a formal recording for me, and that's why I don't care. But anyway, it really startled me that my friend said that to me. And, you know, it's like, all you've got is your opinion. Like, if you tell someone the shirt I'm wearing is blue, but the guy's colorblind, is the statement true to him? Or, you know, it's like someone comes up to me and says, well, video live streaming, the startup costs are about $300 at least. And like, I'm thinking to myself, well, I had a computer, so I really don't want to count that. And I had my monitors, and I don't want to count that. And I picked up a camera for $7.95 sent to me from China. And then I got a headset microphone just exactly like this, and used the microphone built in, which I'm not using right now, but that's how I got started, for under $25. So, and I produced a show with that for months and months. Of course, I eventually upgraded to a better camera, a better microphone, a different setup, a mixer, an interface opportunity that I didn't have before. Now I can play music, I can do all this stuff. But even though I advanced and upgraded all these things, I didn't spend that. I hardly spent $300 after all that work. And I've been doing the show for going on 3 years. So it's all in perception and perspective. And none of it is necessarily true. So when he said to me, I didn't ask you for your opinion, I thought, well, I guess I got nothing for you. If you don't want my opinion and don't want me to speak my view with my opinion, then I've got nothing I have nothing to offer you. I have no value whatsoever. Because if my opinion is to be discounted, that's basically the value that I bring to the table. Now, my perspective has experienced many fields. And when I look back at it, I think, by golly, it's no wonder I'm live streaming in video right now. I mean, I've been editing videos for 40 years, I guess. I've been playing music and using microphones for 40, almost 50 years. Oh my God, I'm an old guy. And so I've had a lot of experience for all this time. And so when people ask me, well, God, you seem so easygoing and casual on the microphone, and you're not intimidated, and just sees you're so calm and relaxed. That's because I'm calm and relaxed. And this is the very same person today with this video that I'm recording that I am on Saturdays, other than I have more pointed focus on Saturdays because usually we're doing something specific. Now, with the exception being tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to do Marketing Smarties Unplugged. And that's what I should have called the show. But at any rate, I'm basically going to have a very loosely structured Saturday morning Marketing Smarties. And it'll be fun. Tim is going to be joining me, and we're going to bug each other. And he doesn't know it that I'm going to actually ask him to tell a bit more about what he's doing, because he's had to redo his entire studio, reconstructed in a different room, and so forth. And he's been trying to design this studio for the purposes of displaying artwork and technique processes live for a live streaming presentation. And we've kind of been gearing up for this to support him and to offer our help. And he's almost on the verge of producing something, I believe. But he'll be with me tomorrow, and I wanted to bring up to date his efforts and what he's producing. So that'll be fun. Now, I happened to check this out the other day. I didn't even record where it came from, but it was somewhat profound, and so I wanted to take this time right now to bring it up because I thought it was really interesting. Oh, it was by the Dave and Ed crew. They declared a few. I'm pretty sure, and I hope I'm not misquoting, but the Dave and Ed crew, they teamed up and they're producing a video opportunity for people to buy into a service where they help you produce the video. And it's above and beyond the Marketing Smarties display. This is only live streaming. That's what we focus on. Producing a show live, no post editing whenever possible. And producing it so that you can do the show, it goes live in YouTube, and it's workable right now. It doesn't have to be downloaded, re-edited, adjusted, or worked over, or added to. It can just float as it is once you shut down the show. And I think that that's kind of a unique feature. And so that is part of what makes my show different from some people, because it's not there's no machinations to design the intro with dynamics and a bunch of flourish and stuff. I want to get the branding across. I want to get the titling across, implant a vision in your mind, but do it on the fly, easily, and live right now, and be done with it. So there's a trade-off. If you edit it, you can make it real tight and real succinct, and you can get the volumes right, and you can plan it and nurture it and edit it tightly so it just looks exactly the way you want. But the more you edit, the more time it takes. So the trade-off is I'm focusing on what can I produce live right here and now easily that I don't have to worry about after the show. It's done. And then go in and do my YouTube editing if I want to, or whatever, or repurpose it to something else. That's okay. But I want to have a production that is self-contained. And that's going to be something of value if we learn how to do that effectively, where the show looks and feels good and people will watch it repeatedly, and I don't lose people because of the production, then we've succeeded. But anyway, I was reading this thing, and I think it was given by Dave and Ed, and they made some really important points. I wanted to bring it up. They're doing a calendar thing. And what they're saying is, we're going to produce a calendar for you. If you have this calendar, you're going to look at this calendar every day, and it's going to tell you things. It's going to convey messages, and it's going to brainwash you in a positive way just because you look at it every day. And this has the same thing to do with developing any kind of a habit. If you do it for 30 days, it becomes part of what you do. The habit is ingrained and becomes a part of your personal production. So if you wanted to develop a habit, you have to work it for 30 days straight, at least. And so what they're saying is, here, I'm going to give you a calendar. So this calendar, you see it all the time. Flip the pages into the next month and keep on seeing the same thing. And it shows you and shows you and shows you whatever message. And part of what they're focusing on are these things right here, because these are the underlying philosophies behind this calendar. Now, the calendar says, warning, this calendar will brainwash you. Do not hang it on the wall unless you want to deeply believe the following things. Now, kind of a reverse psychology thing, because inevitably you probably want to believe these things, but they're saying don't hang it on the wall unless you want to believe these things. So a little bit of reverse psychology, and I thought that was clever. The first one was, you are in control of your life. Now, I'll come back to and identify how I feel about these, but I want to read them off to you so we get them in. Number one, you are in control of your life. Number two, you can change your life by changing your thinking. And three, you are more powerful than you probably realize. Now, those are three things that I believe to the core of my being. And I'm a law of attraction constituent. I believe the law of attraction works 100% all the time. And then there will be people that say, well, it works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't work. No, I believe it's working 100% of the time right now, before, after, and during. 100% of the time, law of attraction works. And part of the key is, yes, you are in control of your life, but people don't take control of their lives. They assume they are victims, and they say, I got to look out for this or look out for that. And they're not in control of their lives because they're victims and they're subject to what everybody else is doing and what things are happening in the world. And they're fearful in that. And of course, then you're not in control of your life because you're not aware that you have these powers, and you're not aware that you have, with confidence, that you can do whatever it is you want to do in your life. But that's what the law of attraction states. You can have, do, or be anything you want. So when they actually try to explain that, they do it reasonably poorly. And so people end up reading it and say, no, I don't think so. I don't think I can have, do, or be anything. But I believe that what you think about, you bring about. It's like what Earl Nightingale says. We become what we think about. We become what we think about. So if we think about success, we become successful. That's the simple equation. So yes, I believe you are in control of your life, especially if you're aware of it. But even if you're not, then you're building, you're actually contributing to a doubtful outcome and a questionable thing that you're going to feel less happy about. Okay, the second thing, you can change your life by changing your thinking. This is what we're talking about right here. They elaborate a bit. In a realistic way, not just dream it and your wishes will rain down upon you in golden sachets floating on rainbow rays of sunshine. False wishful thinking sense. I'm talking about the real way to change your thinking that changes your actions. Because, of course, if you change your actions, you change your results. And this is essentially how this gets done. It takes a little bit of time. We are inevitably human beings. We're not here to act like gods, even though there's a divinity within what we do. We are in contact with God and universe. We are all part of the same thing. It's always there. But when we're here as humans, we are here to act as humans. So it's kind of like some agreement that we made when we came into the game life of being human. So there are certain rules that we are following. But in the midst of that, we are here to express ourselves. And some people say we're here to express our divinity. Well, in a way, but we are here to be human and express our divinity. So there's a little catch to that. But anyway, if you change your actions, you change your results. That's how we are in control of our lives. And there's a lot more to that. But that in summary is what I'm thinking. And then the last one, you are more powerful than you realize. Of course, people do miraculous things, incredible things, because some of us make the excuse like, well, nobody told him he couldn't do it, so he went out and did it. Nobody told the Wright brothers they couldn't fly, so they went ahead and flew. And nobody said we couldn't put a man on the moon, so they did it. But there was a way they got there. I think that in the future, it'll be simply, oh, well, I can just teleport myself, hold my breath for 30 seconds, and just teleport myself on the moon. Now I better have a way to breathe when I get there. But I could do that because I can think the way to do it. There's got to be a way. Teleportation will eventually be a reality because we can do or be anything we want. We can create our future. We can do whatever we want. So teleportation will be there, along with telepathy. Along with telepathy, I don't have to pick up my smartphone to call somebody on the other side of the earth. I'll simply say, hey, what you doing? And I'll be there. And they're going to say, leave me alone. This is the middle of the night, in the middle of the night in India. But I mean, that's beside the point. Telecommunications are the start of what telepathy will eventually be. So there's a lot of stuff coming down the pipe, and I'm a believer in that. And that allows me to believe that right now, from where I am, with what I've got, right where I am right now, this starting point, I could choose to do and influence my near future experience just by wanting to manifest that. And that's the power. So you are more powerful than you probably realize. Hell yes. So when I consider what it is that I want to teach people on Saturdays, on Saturday morning marketing smarties, it's not just the technical side of how to live stream or build a website or hook that together with your YouTube channel and do something in social media. It's to express ourselves. It's to quit worrying about how do I look, or I don't have enough money, or I can't do this or can't do that, or so-and-so doesn't. What if I don't look good or I don't sound good? My mic is horrible, or my camera is not good. You can make excuses forever, but I started for less, so why couldn't you? And granted, and if you were going to make excuses and worry about things, we could say, well, what about the people in Africa that don't even have electricity, let alone a computer? Yeah, if that's where you are, then I'm probably not talking to you right now. Not because of some attitude thing, because they are manifesting a different place in the universe and a different experience. And it doesn't involve what I have to offer them. But there is a lot going on, and we will cover some of those things tomorrow. One of the things that I thought was really interesting is we're going to cover the concept of what the most trusted and untrusted organizations and concepts are in the present day world. In other words, what industries are the least trusted and what industries are the most trusted. So what we run into online in the social media, what do people trust the most? What do people trust the least? We're going to cover some of that tomorrow. And we're going to have fun with that. But anyway, this has just been me ranting. I've got a lot of things that I could have brought up, but I think I'll save some of them for tomorrow and not worried about it too much. But Roberto Blake did a video recently, either today, yesterday, maybe, something like that. And his message of the whole video was just get started. Just get started. I mean, no doubt you're going to want to improve. You're going to want to upgrade. You're going to get better at doing it. People are going to lose their fear and not be worried or hesitant before they turn on the switch and start their broadcast. It'll get better. It will get better. But you just got to not worry about it and get your feet wet, so to speak, and get started. So one of the things that I produced for a thought to start a video was the questions like this. What are you waiting for? What is keeping you? You? Are you what's keeping you? Your own thinking? Doubtful self-speak? That's what's holding you back? Your doubtful self? Your doubtful self talking to your doubtful self, telling you that you doubt you can make it. That's what's holding you back. That is pure foolhardy. Because you can decide to tell yourself anything you want. And if you want it badly enough, you'll find the right words to tell yourself you can do it. Because sometimes people tell me I can't do something, and I say, I don't care, I'm going to do it anyway. And I can't remember a single thing people told me, you can't do that. And I decided to do it anyway. And I don't have this checklist of things that I failed at. Not because I'm such a monster at conquering things, but because through the steps in life, I adjusted, changed, and redirected my energies. And I'm right here, right now. Without looking back, without doubting, without worrying, without resentment, remorse, I'm here now. So excuses are easier than starting. But if you want to see positive results, you just have to get started. So we have these lines. Take the first step. Get started. Take it to the next level. And I like this. Amp up and ramp up. That's strong to me. Amp up and ramp up. In other words, charge your battery, amp up, amperage, and ramp up. In other words, climb the ladder. Go on the ramp. Take a launch. Go, go, go. And even if you're taking very, very small baby steps, as long as you're taking the step and moving, you're going to be all right. You can't steer a parked car, so you got to be moving. So that's mainly what I wanted to get off my chest today. I feel better. Every Friday that I do this, I feel good about it. And as I said, I'm not really doing it for viewers because lo and behold, there's nobody watching right now, and I'm okay with that. And people have asked me, how do you do that? You know, how can you just sit there and talk? I don't know, but it's partially because I'm secure within myself and I know what I want to say. So that's going to stand for quite a bit in life. And for now, I'm going to go ahead and sign off because we're going to really, really amp up and ramp up tomorrow for Saturday morning marketing Smarties. And we'll be saying hi to Tim after 9 or 10 o'clock and talking about the show. And we'll talk about what we're going to deliver. But mostly tomorrow, we're not going to worry about it. So anyway, this is Roland from MinMax Media. Thanking you for watching if you did. And it doesn't matter to me if you did, if you didn't, because I'm not really here to try to please anybody. But I personally am happy I did it. So we'll see you soon. See you tomorrow. Take care. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Bye.